go live. All right, so just so you guys know, hey, Dr. Marlene. I don't know if I can hear her. Let's see. Can she hear me? Dr. Marlene? Okay, I heard something. Okay. Oh, it says iPhone muted. Yeah. But they'll be able to let's see. I don't know. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you now. Okay, very good. Can you say one more thing? Can you tell us the title of your book? Sure. 12 Steps to Transform the Exploited Soul. Oh, I can't wait to read it. That is perfect. So look, so check this out, guys. Oh gosh, it says poor connection. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, if you go to my Instagram, right? Yeah, they have to go to my Instagram for my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, you'll see the link to my YouTube channel. Right now, I am recording this. So just so you guys know, if you do come on the stage and you guys definitely want to share or whatever the case may be, you can definitely come to my YouTube channel and you guys can actually get to see me as I answer your questions. I was trying to figure out a way to bring a more visual dynamic to Clubhouse. So like if I wanted to share with you guys some websites or some of the steps, depending on whatever topic that I'm going to be talking about. This way it's easier for us to get to know each other more, but for you guys to see what it is that I'm trying to translate and share with you guys on Clubhouse. So I definitely wanted to test this out today and at the same time share with you on how to get more readers in less time. Again, this room is being recorded, so when you raise your hand if you want to come up to the stage, you can definitely do so and you'll see the rules of the club. So welcome everyone. This is the Authors in Business Club. Inside of this club, we help authors get seen, get heard, and also get discovered. With that in mind, we share tips, resources, different things like that to help you turn your book into a business. Inside of the room today, we are going to be talking about ways that you can get more readers in less time. Now, if you are a member of this club, then you kind of already know or have an idea that, hey, look, Desiree is going to find a way to multiply this thing in with less work, right? With less work. And that's the whole gambit of this thing. So here goes some of my ideas, and if you guys want to add to the list, that's perfectly fine. I am not a person that says that I know it all. I do know a lot, but I never say that I know it all. So I'm here to learn from you guys as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you are enjoying the conversation, make sure you guys are pinging your friends here into this conversation and also sharing this out on Twitter. All right. So number one, it's ebook, paperback books, hardback books, audio books, video books, coloring books, workbooks, activity books, a log book, journals, translation. So if we're already at 9 and we translate all of those different formats, you already have like 20 books with one story. And the beautiful part about this whole thing is that you don't have to rewrite the story, okay? You don't have to rewrite it. You don't have to do another outline to it. It's just changing it into other types of formats. And I'll explain a little bit more shortly. You also have short reads where you get straight to the point. Also, you can do a summarized book about your story where you kind of hit some of the key points that you have already too as well. Hey, what's going on, Granny? I see some of my friends are here from YouTube. They're coming in on YouTube, so thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. Also, you have webinars or courses. And essentially, with the webinar courses, you could take each chapter of your book and turn that into a weekly course. So that means like chapter 1 can be week 1, chapter 2 can be week 2, and so forth. I think you guys got the idea on that. Then you also have compilation books or anthologies. How many of you guys, just raise your hand, I won't bring you up to the stage, but how many of you guys have ever thought about creating an anthology or a compilation book? Let me know in the audience. Just raise your hand. Okay, I see Dr. Marlene. I see two people raising their hand. Now, how many of you guys have participated in an anthology or a compilation book? Okay, I see one person participated. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so with this anthology and compilation book, guys, I'm going to give it to you straight. Okay. When you're making more book sales, of course you are making more money. Okay. And when you put your book in other formats, just like I listed in the list before, from the ebook all the way down to the short read, to the coloring book, and so forth, another way to expand or enlarge your territory is publishing an anthology or a compilation book. The pros to doing that is when you open up the opportunity for people to participate in this anthology that you are specifically publishing around the theme or the topic of your book, right? So now you did an extension, right? The beautiful part about this, the pros is one, you don't have to write the book this time. So you have this one book, you put it in all these formats that you didn't have to write. Then now you have this anthology or this compilation book that you didn't have to write. Okay. And you have 10, 5, 10, 20 other people helping you promote the book. When you published your book, you had to pitch the book, you had to come up with your elevator pitch, you have to come up with your script, you have to do all these different things, your copywriting with your marketing and all these different types of things. But when you have an anthology with a group of individuals who relate to the same theme and or topic, in efforts to inspire people, the beautiful part about it is now that you're not doing it by yourself. How many of you guys have felt that way? Raise your hand. How many of you guys have felt that way when you self-publish your book, or when you publish your book, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to do all of this stuff by myself? Okay, I see the hands raised here. Hey, Tazim, I don't know if you want to come up to the stage, but I would definitely invite you up here to come up to the stage with me too as well. But with that anthology, you're no longer doing it by yourself. And you don't know who they know. So you are essentially borrowing those 10 individuals, their audiences as well. So if they know a PR person, if they know friends in the news, if they know friends at different colleges, professors, or maybe they're a professor themselves, or maybe they are a church leader or somebody in corporate and different things like that, that you can definitely utilize this, and now it's more of a community effort. I remember I was in Clubhouse just last night, and this young man named Kevin came inside of the Clubhouse room, and he was like, man, if all of you guys came together, you guys will be a force to be reckoned with. And I said, man, that's what the authors and business community is about. So I'm glad that somebody can come in and see us all working together, communicating together, and just having a really great time and helping one another. But at the same time, I was like, okay, well, do people have to be in this community in order for that to relate or be relatable? Or can we figure out a way where they can do that themselves and create their community around their book, or create this movement around their book? And so now you can make money, right? Increase money, increase your readers in a short period amount of time. And at the same time, you're helping more people. And that's what I call good money, right? Is that, hey, look, you get to get paid for what it is that you do. You get to get paid for helping other people too as well, but you're really making an impact. And now it's not just something that you say, you are actually implementing that step by step out, helping other people get their stories out there. and helping other people get their stories heard. Um, Dr. Marlene, what are your thoughts about that so far? And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Tazim up if they want to come up, those who got their hands raised. Dr. Mel? One of the things I think, Des, is that just like you said, when you do an anthology project and you're bringing on other people to help you promote your book, help to sell the book, anthology projects are great collaborations because you're not in it alone. And so it's almost like you can also create a mastermind around your anthology project. There is so much. I just created and I'll share it with you all. I just created a sheet, 21 ways to really just market your book and to get things out of your book, create products out of your book. There is so much that you can get out of a book that it is absolutely amazing. And when you're doing it with a group of people, that just expands your network that much quicker. And the sales, you're definitely going to make money off of it, that's for sure. This is Marlene, and I'm done speaking. Oh yeah, definitely. And you said that you had 21 what? I'm sorry. I have 21 ways that you can actually, so you named about the audiobook and there's just so much you can do with the book. Wait till you see the sheet that I just created. Oh my gosh. There are 21 products that you can get out of one book, 21 different products. And really, I'm not finished with the sheet. I'm up to 21 right now. That is phenomenal. That's phenomenal because the reason why I'm getting so excited about it because it's like let's not work harder, let's work smarter. And we have to, when you are a creator, a content creator, that's what it is in your book, it's content. You have to remember that everybody doesn't digest it the same way. You know, a lot of people love Clubhouse because not just because they're auditory learners or they're on a move. Some creators, they don't want to get, I guess, put the makeup on, get the studio ready. It saves money, it saves time, for to still be able to deliver the content. And then on the receiver end, to be able to participate without all these different requirements of a virtual event or a live video. And you get to actually hear the tone of the questions being asked. You get to hear, so now things are being able to without, how sometimes they say whatever you write is left to the reader's interpretation. So here it's like you can't read so much into it, and you get to understand people a little bit more better too as well. Hey, what's going on, Tazim? Good to see you. Hi there. Uh-oh, I think she got kicked out as soon as she said hello. Oh no. If you want to come, Zaki, I'm trying to invite you up to the stage. I don't know, but if you want to unraise your hand, you can just click that hand button down there in the right hand corner to unraise your hand. She just texted me. I think she was trying to ask me a question. She just texted me. That's my godmother right there, Zakia. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, but then I have a question for you. So you are on YouTube and on Clubhouse right now. Is that correct? Yep. Do you want to see it? So if you click on my profile and go to my Instagram, and you'll see my YouTube channel link in my Instagram. Okay, now click on the link and it'll take you to my YouTube channel. Do you see it? I see you. Let me just tell you about this, right? Yeah, you don't want me to get singing your praises because I just know that you are amazing. Okay. First of all, and when it comes, I'm a baby boomer, so to do all this technology, she is teaching me today. Okay. I just love you for that. I see you on here looking good. Okay, you see it. You see, I got my little makeup on. I see you looking beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So if I want to show like share my screen. So maybe I'm on Clubhouse and I want to share my screen, because I do want to do another Clubhouse room about all the places where you can get book reviews from magazines and media. And so if I want to show you guys like step by step, okay, this is a website here, this is where you go. To me, it helps me with um, teaching, translating, because I'm a visual learner. So the difficulty is like, okay, do you see it yet? And waiting instead of just actually showing it. And then also the last thing is sometimes we have really great content or context, and there's websites that people leave, or there's websites that people share, and there's no replay, right? And so I'm like, well, instead of having all these messages, don't get me wrong, I love responding to messages, but I wish I could respond faster to messages in Instagram, because sometimes people are waiting for me to respond. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I have a lot of messages and I'm trying to literally get to everybody. So it'll be easier for, instead of somebody say, oh, I missed that. Can you tell me the tips you guys shared? And I can say, hey, look, just go to my YouTube channel. All of my Clubhouse replays will be on my YouTube channel. And then I can title it as such, and then that way people will really enjoy it a little bit better. I don't know, what do you guys think on that? Tazine, what do you think? Always a pleasure. My pleasure. Mhm. Exactly. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, that's awesome. Mhm. Always. Mhm. Mhm. Right. My pleasure. I love hearing from you too as well, because even with the anthology of what you're doing, or thank you for giving me your feedback. Like, okay, hey, look, I was in the class. This is what I'm working on too as well, because I want to make sure that it's not overwhelming. And so even here in Clubhouse, inside of this room right now, what we're doing right now, uh, to make sure that the process in doing the work is not so overwhelming, right? Especially when you want to help other people, right? So, if you guys are here and you're tuning in, this is your first time, make sure you follow the individuals that are here on the stage, but also make sure you get connected with those who are in the audience too as well. If you definitely want to catch the replay of this clubhouse, make sure you guys are clicking the link inside of my Instagram bio, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you guys can definitely watch it live while I'm live right now, or of course, we'll make it available for the replay. What's going on, Mr. Kaylee?
Hello, greetings, blessings. Thanks, Marlene, for pinging me in.
Oh, blessings to you.
Yes,
Are you a published author?
I'm not yet. I'm more in the podcast world, but I'm very curious about the connection between the two. You know, I feel like there's a good channel between them.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're in the podcast world, I can't wait to hear your audiobook. You know, um, I think a lot of authors are kind of sleeping on that dynamic of their book. Um, I don't have a podcast channel. I'm starting to learn it a little bit more. However, what I'm seeing on how a lot of the readers are really enjoying it is by with my audiobook. And the crazy part about it is, though, Kaylee, is that I sell more paperback books once I had the audiobook released. And I just released the audiobook last year, but my story's been released since 2014, and each year I do another format, right? And so last year was my audiobook. This year I'm going to release my video book of my story. However, when I released that audiobook, I was selling paperback books like crazy because people want to see or they want to highlight sometimes like maybe a point to as well. And I don't know, what are your thoughts? Do you like audiobooks?
That's so fascinating. I wonder. I don't listen to audiobooks that much. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're probably good for me for like driving. I do listen to podcasts a lot, but I wonder if your book got out into more people's ears and then they recommended it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, I'm curious what your thoughts are on that too. Like, why did that increase the paperback sales?
Yeah, so I'm a audiobook reader, right? So sometimes because I pay a monthly fee on Audible, and to me it saves money, right? Because I have like certain credits, like depending on whatever fee that you pay for Audible, on how many credits you get each month, right? So, and they kind of roll over. So if you told me about your book, and I said, well, is it audiobook? Sometimes I like to hear some of the content before I actually purchase a hard copy of the book. So if the first or two or three chapters I'm really enjoying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to highlight this part, or I want to fold this page, or it may be certain points in your book that I want to make sure that I can go back to, because it's just like Clubhouse. Once you hear it, if you don't write it down, okay, like immediately, or write your notes down or bookmark it on a website, then you kind of lose it, right? So it's kind of the same with the audiobook. Once that chapter is done, the narrator is finished with chapter 1, chapter 2, I don't want to have to listen to the whole chapter 1 to get the point or highlight this sentence or this quote or this word of motivation or this affirmation, whatever type of book that I'm reading. So then I end up buying the actual paperback book, because now I can either read along, or if I don't want to listen to the audio, maybe I'm listening to music or something else, I can read that. Or if I just don't have time to sit down with my book, I can listen to the book on the go. And so it's always good to have more options on the way to digest the content that's in a book. So what I found out was is that people either wanted an autograph copy of it, they wanted the physical copy of it, right? And they also wanted when they got the audiobook. Now, when somebody purchases my paperback, they're less likely to go and buy the audio. So it's like reverse. If they buy the audio, they're more likely, the law of probability or percentage is higher that they'll buy the paperback. But if we reverse it, if they buy the paperback, they're less likely to get the audio because they tend to already read the book, and it's no need to listen to it. And so that's how it kind of goes.
Desiree, one of the reasons I brought Kaylee up into the room is because I think he would be an amazing guest on his podcast. And Kaylee, I think you should connect with Desiree to learn more about publishing your book and what you're doing. I think this is a great connection. This is Monica. I'm done speaking. Thank you. Yeah, that would be awesome. And yeah, I'd love to connect further, Desiree. I like what look who it is. Bernadine is a fantastic podcast host, and she highlights women in art and celebrates them when they may have been not as put in the spotlight. She goes back through and does these amazing podcast episodes. But yeah, so the information that needs to come through in a book is a lot of information, right? And that's what social media is kind of good for, is coming up with little micro content and helping people have an on ramp into the book. And that's sort of what I was hearing from you, is like the audio allows people to get familiar with you and the story in the book before deciding to actually purchase a physical copy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you summarized that perfectly. I would definitely love to connect with you further. And thank you so much, Marlene, for connecting us as well, and bringing them up on the stage. But yeah, absolutely. It's really amazing. I mean, it's nothing new, it's nothing new, but it's like, oh, wow, I can do this with books too as well, because you take some of your content from your podcast, you can make short videos, you can make a whole audio playlist for somebody can watch the whole entire hour. They can, now they have the video podcasting, right? They can actually be in the studio with you guys, as well. So it's kind of the same way with a book. And so sometimes when authors or self published authors, we're thinking of it one way. And so it's like, well, do I have to do it this way in order for it to work? Or can I utilize some of the types of avenues that podcasters are using to really um, amplify the message from your book as an author or self-published author. So I appreciate you coming on, Kaylee. So we were just talking about some other ideas on how to multiply your book sales, how to get more readers in less time with one book. From that, we were talking about compilation books and also anthologies. And we were also going down the list to add on to that, but with the anthology, on how you can have other co-authors help you promote and market the book as well, and you can have it in the six top different types of formats as well. So you have the ebook, paperback book, hardback book, audio book, video book, workbook, and so forth. And the way you can double or even triple this without doing, you don't have to rewrite the story, guys. The way you can double or triple this is just by translation. I remember I had my mentor, who is a multimillionaire, and of course he was coaching me about how to increase my income and monetize and stuff. And so I asked him, I was just bold in this question, I asked him, how do I make seven figures? How do I get in this new tax bracket? And he was like, okay, are you ready? Make sure you write this down. Do you have a notebook? And I said, yep, I'm ready. And so I got my notebook, anticipating that I'm going to write all these notes, and I'm listening intently and everything. And you know what he says? Something so simple. He says, learn another language. And then I looked at him like waiting for him to tell me more or to expand upon that. And he's like, yeah, that's it. Learn another language. And I was like, wait a minute. He said, after you learn the language, you learn the culture. And I said, okay. Like, what does this have to do with increasing my income? He says, if you want to go into other territories, you definitely, a lot of people lose deals because of communication. I mean, just even in English, which is my native language, right? You miss a lot of opportunities. You miss customers, clients, because you didn't communicate. You didn't translate what you were trying to express, or tell the customer, what the expectation of that service or product should be, in order for them to be a happy customer. Now, if I spoke fluent Spanish, how many churches can I speak to? How many podcasters, you right? How many podcasters, if I can share my story in Spanish, answer questions in Spanish, all right, and understand the culture just in Spanish, how many more media outlets can I expand in with just my story, with the same book? What about if I knew French? The same thing. If I knew Cantonese or Mandarin, right? Or Korean, I can literally expand the territory. Now, Amazon has already done that. Amazon has our book available in 12 countries already. So if you have your book as an ebook on Amazon, then you already know, you're already aware that your book is made available in 12 countries. However, why isn't my book selling like crazy in Japan? Simple. It's not translated in Japanese. That's it. It's nothing about the story, it's nothing about the cover. It's just that it's not translated. So if you want to reach more readers in less time, if you really don't want to work hard, but you want to enlarge your territory with your story, it's important. You need to translate your book in other languages and at least learn how to share your story in another language. I remember I saw Dr. Marlene, I think it was a live stream you had, and you were a speaker, and I saw there was a translator, and you were speaking, and he was translating what you were saying to the audience, and I just thought that was so phenomenal. That even if you don't know the language fluently, but if your book was translated in Spanish after your speech, guess what books you would have been selling at the back of the room, right? And so I thought that was phenomenal on how we can, I mean, well, sometimes we hinder ourselves to get to that next level. And sometimes that next level is just communication. It's communication. All right. You don't have to be smarter. You just need to know how to say hi, how to say hello, what's the culture, how to do things a certain way, so you don't offend anybody. And that's just being a little bit more knowledgeable about in that area, right? So, do you remember that speaking engagement, Dr. Marlene?
I absolutely remember that speaking engagement. Actually, Pastor Zakia was on in the room with us, and we were in Italy, and we were doing an anti-trafficking event in Italy, and they were translating.
Wow.
And guess what? I did not have the books in Italian. That's about yes. So lesson learned there.
Wow. Wow. Do you see? And it's like, okay, so let me just go ahead and translate this book because they have an Amazon Italy. And if your book is an ebook, it's made available in Italy right now. But hey, look, people are going to purchase their native language, and it's not to say that other countries don't speak English. I'm not insinuating that. What I'm saying is that you want to make it as convenient, as easy, as comfortable for your customer, for your reader to be able to make a purchase, digest your content, and be a part of your community, your tribe, and or your movement. And that's just as important. So, if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand if you want to come up to the stage. If not, we can definitely close out the room with I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you guys for helping me test this out. If you just joined what is happening, this room is being recorded. However, I wanted to bring a visual context to it and also make my Clubhouse rooms, make them available for replay. So if you just joined in and you said, man, I missed the beginning. Well, listen, don't worry, don't fret. Click the link inside of my Instagram bio. Make sure you guys are subscribing to my YouTube channel. And I am like literally live right now on Clubhouse and live on YouTube as well. So hello to all of my YouTube viewers that are viewing it right now. I see Elegant Granny. She is on YouTube and she doesn't have Clubhouse. So this is her way of being able to join the conversation here on Clubhouse as well. So if you want to watch the replay, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Does anybody have any final thoughts they want to share?
No, I thank you for just hosting this room. I learned a lot already. Specifically, I was just in the room earlier talking about how they're losing data and how they're losing contacts and they can't follow up with people. There's no replay to it. So I think what you've done is great. And you're going to see me do the same thing. This is Marlene, and I'm done talking.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have a question for you, Desiree. When you're recording, are you just going live on YouTube? Like I don't really use my YouTube channel per se. So what other way can we be recording this? I know you have to share as you've done in the actual room title, but you're also telling people as they're coming in, and you've repeated that. But how else could we just audio record the room itself?
Okay, so one time I tried to record the room by itself from my phone, and I
Right.
and I put recording, but for some reason the video saved, right? I did screen recording,
Right.
but the audio didn't. So I was like kind of bogged down, like,
Right.
okay, well, how do I capture the audio, right? And so I'm using Ecamm Live, which is like my producer thing. And what I'm doing is I'm hooking up my phone to Ecamm in my camera as well. Have my microphone here. And so now it's recording you talking. People on YouTube can hear you talking. They can hear me talking. And they can also see my Clubhouse screen as well. So they feel as though that they are literally uh-huh. So that's the way I'm recording it, and this is my first time trying it out. So if I come against any like bumps or hurdles or easier way to do this, I think you can do this on StreamYard as well. With Ecamm, yeah, you can do this with StreamYard as well. So I just chose to go live on YouTube, but you can go live on Facebook and do the same exact thing. You can go live on other platforms as well and do the same exact thing. Um, so it doesn't have to be.
Brilliant, Desiree.
You think so?
Brilliant. It's like it's the best presentation I've seen. I'm still confused how you got your screen capture of your phone. Like, do you have a audio cable coming out of your phone that goes into your computer somehow? Yeah, good question, Lee. I was just gonna say I'm still trying to figure out visually what exactly you did.
Okay, okay.
That's a good video for you on YouTube, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
Maybe you just need to take a photograph of this setup and then share that on YouTube.
well, if
That's funny.
I know, right? Okay, so if you are you guys watching me on YouTube now? And I can like raise up the
No,
stuff
I'm
that
not
I have.
watching YouTube.
Oh,
I'm there. I'm checking it out. Are you
okay,
checking it out?
okay,
Maybe I need to go there too.
okay. So my phone, so I'm using the software I'm using is Ecamm. Okay, so it's Ecamm Live, and that's about like 30. It's like the same as StreamYard, about $30 a month. But I like Ecamm better than StreamYard. Okay, so if you look at the screen, it's probably going to be a delay because it's a camera, Kaylee. But if you look at the screen, you'll see where I just have a regular charger, and that's hooked. The charger is hooked up to my computer. So I'm on the phone on Clubhouse. So I'm on Clubhouse on my phone, and I just connected my phone to the actual computer. All right, now that my phone is connected to the computer, I go into my Ecamm, and you can't see that part, but on my Ecamm, you can I can add multiple cameras. So like when you see videos, you got the side camera and it switches over to there. So I just used my phone as one of the cameras so you guys are able to see it, and I can move it to the other side and so forth and so forth. And then if I had another camera up, I could switch in between cameras and you could actually see that as I'm live too as well. But right now I only have my phone, which I'm on, and then my actual camera. So I have a Canon camera that's connected to my Ecamm, and then I have a microphone so the audio can sound good. But it's not difficult at all. I'm not really tech savvy like you, Kaylee, with all this podcasting thing going on.
You're more tech savvy than me. I never would have thought to do that. Bootstrap things. Like you learn from people that may not, where you think you're not tech savvy, Desiree, but you bootstrap that and let's totally recreate it in a way that probably somebody who was tech savvy like Kaylee could do. So good for you, girl. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're actually using a Canon camera as well?
What is it called? What is it called?
Sorry, are you actually using like a photography camera as well?
Yeah, just a regular camera. That you can, they have the USB where sometimes you can connect your camera to your computer and use it as like a webcam, or you can use a regular webcam as your camera as well. Logitech is a really great webcam that kind of gives you the same good quality. too as well. So it works. It, sometimes you got to figure it out, So I was like, just like I showed, this is what I meant. This is why I'm doing it, because I could explain what I'm doing to Kaylee, but it's different, or explain it to you guys, but it's different if you actually go onto the YouTube while I'm talking to you on Clubhouse, right? And you get to see the little stuff that I'm using, instead of me trying to explain it. So make sure you guys are subscribing to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. That would mean a lot to me.
Absolutely. Subscribing already, girl.
Thank you. Thank
This
you.
is great. Thank you so much. Appreciate the insights. Always great to hear from other people too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's cool. I'm just trying it out for the first time, but I'm glad you guys are in the room and helping me out with this. I was like asking my daughter, and she's like, "Mommy, I think you have to do it this way, and I think we can make it work." And I said, "Okay, let's try it." So I love it. It's awesome. All right. Well, guys, that's my time. If you want to see the replay, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel. You can do so by simply clicking on the link inside of my Instagram bio. Come over here to YouTube, say hello. Make sure, don't forget, to leave inside of the comment of this video the title of your book, or if you have the link to your book. I'm doing a campaign where I want to purchase 500 books of self published authors. Of course, we only know about the big authors. So if you are an author, you're a self published author, your book is available on Amazon, make sure you leave that in the comment section below my YouTube video, so that I can purchase your book and support. I am going to do a book haul where I will be on my YouTube promoting your books, helping other self published authors. And that's only because somebody had to help me, right? Somebody had to help me. Somebody had to show me the way. Somebody had to help promote my story too, as well. So, this is my way of giving back to all self published authors around the world. And make sure you guys are following me here on Clubhouse if you haven't done so already. Make sure you click the little green house at the top to where you can become members of the Authors in Business Club on Clubhouse. As always, I believe in you guys. I love you so very much with all of my heart and your power to change the world. As always, remember to do the best you can with what you have until you can do better. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Friday. Talk to you soon.
Happy Friday.
Bye. 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 You're welcome.